Hello friends, this is the third video of chapter 1 of India People and Economy. Today we are going to start with adolescent population. Adolescent population new topic है. In the book you will find a paragraph starting from an important aspect of population growth in India. So ये यहाँ से adolescent population का topic शुरू हो जाता है. There is no heading, so we'll start it directly. इस पे आप 5 मार्क्स 3 मार्क्स 1 मार्क्स कैसा भी क्वेश्चन एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं. दिस इज इम्पॉर्टेंट टॉपिक. ओके, सो लेट अस स्टार्ट. There's a data that you need to remember. It is the present share of adolescents. So it is 20.9% according to 2011, and adolescents are the share of population which lies in the age group 10 to 19. Okay, so that is regarded to be adolescent population. The adolescent population is regarded as youthful population having high potentials. So that's why it is very important to use their potential energy towards constructive work. There are many challenges for societies as far as these are concerned, and these challenges may be asked to you to write the challenges. So you have to learn the challenges, and if you don't learn, you can imagine that what all challenges may be there for adolescent. Okay, like if you are in class 12th, you also lie in this group particularly, so you know that what all are the challenges for you, so you can write your own challenges as well. Otherwise, some challenges given in book are lower age at marriage, illiteracy, particularly female illiteracy, school dropouts, low intake of nutrients, high rate of maternal mortality of adolescent mothers, high rates of HIV/AIDS infections, physical and mental disability or retardedness, drug abuse, alcoholism, juvenile delinquencies, and committance of crime. So these are some of the problems that are associated, some of the challenges that are there for society regarding this particular group of people. So for this, the government of India has undertaken certain policies to impart proper education. So these policies may be asked, like what all steps can be taken. So some of them are imparting proper education, then channelize their talents properly. Okay, so you can write what all things can be done. uh, Also you can write that some of the one of the main policy is national youth policy. This is important. National youth policy पे directly questions भी पूछे जा सकते हैं. And again, if you are writing any answer regarding this, you can use this policy particularly as a conclusion as well. Okay, so national youth policy is basically the policy of government of India, which was launched in 2003, and it stresses on all-round improvement of youth and adolescents, enabling them to shoulder responsibility towards constructive development of country. It also aims at reinforcing the qualities of patriotism and responsible citizenship. So basically, it is about channelizing the talents of these youth properly, these adolescents properly, and towards constructing a better future by making these people responsible citizens, because we all know the future of any country lies in adolescents. Now, one more question. What is the thrust of this policy? So, the thrust of this policy is youth empowerment in terms of their effective participation in decision making and carrying the responsibility of an able leader. So, this is something, and then special emphasis is on women empowerment. Okay, so these things are important. Again, adolescent population, because we all, particularly class 12 people, uh, we people fall in this particular group. Okay, so that's why the examiner may ask this question. This is a very very common question, and for we people who are preparing for competitive exams, it is again important because these this particular group is the future of any country. Next is population composition. Composition is a distinct field of study within population geography with a vast coverage of analysis of age and sex, place of residence, ethnic characteristics, tribes, language, religion, marital status, literacy and education, occupational characteristics, etc. Okay, so we all know particularly what population composition means. It is basically the study of the different attributes of population, and attributes of population are um, all these things like age, education, occupation, literacy, marital status, and all these things. So this is population composition. Okay, now under this we are going to discuss different types of population composition of India. First, we are going to study rural urban composition, then, we are going to study linguistic composition, then, religious composition, and then, composition of working population. So, these we are going to study in this particular chapter. Okay, so let us see. Rural urban composition, same topic was there in fundamentals एज वेल. बस उसमें हमने वर्ल्ड के रिस्पेक्ट में पढ़ा और यहाँ पे इंडिया के रिस्पेक्ट में पढ़ेंगे. द कॉन्सेप्ट इज सेम. बेसिकली डिस्कसेस दैट जो रूरल पॉपुलेशन है वो कितनी है, किस टाइप की है, और अर्बन पॉपुलेशन है वो कितनी है और किस टाइप की है. ओके, सो इन इंडिया there are about 72% of its population lives in villages. Okay, according to 2011 it is 68.8. Otherwise, according to 2001 it is 72. Okay, so we have already discussed. ये सारी चीज़ें हमको सेंसस में पता चलती है. सेंसस इज़ अ कंप्लीट प्रोसेस इन विच जो 10 साल में पॉपुलेशन में चेंजेस आए हैं उनको एनालाइज करते हैं, उनको उनका डेटा कलेक्ट करते हैं और स्टैटिस्टिक्स को स्टडी करते हैं. ओके, so the distribution of rural population is not uniform. The states like Bihar and Sikkim, you need to remember the names of a state, Bihar and Sikkim, have very high percentage of rural population. Okay, and Goa and Maharashtra have little over half of their population residing in villages. So it is very less. It is a comparison between the two states. Okay, then among union territories also, the smaller union territories have very small proportion of their population which is living in rural areas, except Dadra and Nagar Haveli, which has many people living in villages. Okay, then size of village also varies. Or of course, in some areas size of villages may be very large, but in other areas it may be very small. So this is also different among different states. Okay, and now 1 marks question over here. uh, what what leads to regulation of concentration of rural population? Okay, so your answer will be the relative degree of urbanization, and second point will be extent of rural urban migration. फर्स्ट थिंग अर्बनाइजेशन कितना हो रहा है और दूसरा रूरल अर्बन माइग्रेशन कितना है. ओके, अगर रूरल अर्बन माइग्रेशन बहुत ज़्यादा होगा तो मोर एंड मोर पॉपुलेशन, मोर एंड मोर पीपल विल मूव टुवर्ड्स अर्बन एरियाज़ और रूरल एरियाज़ की साइज़ कम होती जाएगी. ओके, एंड रिलेटिव डिग्री ऑफ अर्बनाइजेशन, ऑफ कोर्स अगर जो बड़े बड़े गांव हैं अगर वो टाउन्स या सिटीज़ में कन्वर्ट हो जाएंगे, सो बेसिकली दे आर बीइंग अर्बनाइज्ड, और जो विलेजेस हैं वो ख़त्म हो रहे हैं, तो रूरलाइजेशन, तो रूरल एरियाज़ तो ख़त्म हो जाएंगे. सो दैट्स वाई अर्बनाइजेशन विल इंक्रीज, और रूरल अर्बन पॉपुलेशन कॉम्पोजिशन में डिफरेंस आएगा. ओके, सो टू थिंग्स आर देयर: relative degree of urbanization and extent of rural urban migration. Next is, uh, since 1931 the growth rate of urban population has accelerated due to, first point, enhanced economic development, and second point, improvement in health and hygienic conditions. This is again a very important question for 1 marks. What are the two reasons for high growth rate uh, of urban population since 1931? Okay, if they ask you one reason, then also you can mention these two reasons by joining them by n. Okay, so आप दोनों लिख के आइए, क्योंकि we don't know what examiner demands. So enhanced economic development, and second, improvement in health and hygienic conditions. Okay. Finally, we are going to discuss about urban areas. Almost all states and union territories, uh, we have seen that there is considerable increase in urban population. Okay, this is due to increase in रूरल अर्बन माइग्रेशन. जितना ज़्यादा रूरल अर्बन माइग्रेशन होगा उतना ही ज़्यादा अर्बन एरियाज़ की साइज़ बढ़ेगी, और धीरे धीरे करके जो ज़्यादा बड़ा अर्बन एरिया होगा उसको डिवाइड कर देंगे. सो the urban area will develop. Okay, then there are some of the names of some cities which are industrial areas. Okay, so because urbanization and industrialization is related. With this we come to an end of this video. In the next video we'll start with linguistic composition. If you have got any questions, please ask in the comment box. Do subscribe to my channel. So meet you in the next video. Till then, take care and bye bye.